Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. Today is May 26th. We are so excited to have all of you here today. And we want to give a very special welcome to everyone who is joining us for the very first time or who might be joining us after the fact on YouTube. We are so happy that you are catching up with us
Can't hear
there.
anything.
Oh, and Rachel, we're going to
Got it.
mute you there. Um, if you came to us from the NNA conference, especially, we want to give you a special welcome. We were so excited to meet. We met a ton of new notaries, didn't we, Laura and
We
Matt,
did.
at
Yep.
conference, and it was really cool. And I know a lot of you are here, so a very special welcome to you. You are stepping into a room where growth is not optional, it's expected, where ideas get refined, confidence gets stronger, and notaries who are serious about leveling up show up ready to do the work. This is TNT, and we go live every single week to introduce fresh strategies, strengthen what's already working, recognize real progress, and coach you through to the decisions that keep your business evolving and profitable. Now, this is an Ask Me Anything style call. Um, no questions are off limits. Questions in the chat, however, may or may not be answered. We're going to prioritize raised hands first, and you can find that raised hand feature right at the bottom of your Zoom screen. And then you guys can check out the chat for the rules for the call, the etiquette, any announcements or speaker information we might have to share with you. And of course, you'll want to check the chat for links to any upcoming events. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Jen Neitzel. I am the creator of the 5 Point Marketing System, author of On the Move, and co-creator of the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent Program. And I am here every week with the 2026 Notary of the Year, Laura Beaver. Hey, Laura.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here today.
I loved your post today about with the picture with your husband and the
Oh, my
boys
grandkids.
sitting on the front porch having a picnic. But I love the idea of that story where you're reflecting back on a big decision you made and realizing that sometimes answers are given to us in hindsight, right?
Yes.
Versus right away. And I love that. I love that reframing of finding the silver lining. If you guys haven't seen that, now is that just on LinkedIn?
It's just on LinkedIn right
It's
now.
just on LinkedIn right now. Okay. So if you guys haven't seen that, please go check that out on LinkedIn, Laura's latest post. And of course, we are supported every week on this call, the guy who really runs everything behind the scenes by Matt Miller, the president of the California League of Independent Notaries. Hi, Matt.
Hey Jen, hey Laura, hey everyone. Good to see you back this week. Ready to go, ready to go.
Yes, yes, I'm glad to be back at it. All right, Laura, tell us about your book, The Compassionate Notary. This thing is really, and I say thing, this book is really helping notaries nationwide who work in the medical space.
Yes, it is. I'm so glad to get that feedback that people are using it because that was my intention. This wasn't one of those just read, feel good kind of books and then you put it on the shelf. It is a field guide, and it's the one I wish I had back 20 plus years ago when I started working in those rooms. And it's really about doing the work well, about protecting the signer, and really protecting yourself.
Mm.
So if you've already bought the book on Amazon or on my website, thank you so much. And if you loved it, I would love a review if you haven't done that yet. That really helps with the algorithm so that other notaries will know that this is available to them and that it's good.
Absolutely. Yeah, those reviews are so important to authors.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't gotten Laura's book, The Compassionate Notary, I highly recommend it. And if you don't have a marketing plan, I recommend you get my book, On the Move. That's going to help you figure out how to build relationships with business owners in your community so you guys can help each other out. You can check the chat for links to both of those books. Now, Laura and I, we are hosting our last free webinar in May to talk about the estate planning opportunity and the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent program. And that is happening this week. tomorrow. I just realized that it's
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. It
Tomorrow.
is May 27th. It's at 1 p.m. Central, which is 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern. The link is in the chat. You must register if you want the replay, but we encourage you guys to come. It's free. Learn all about the estate planning opportunity. Now, Matt has a very special nationwide survey out. Matt, tell us a little bit about this survey and when it expires, because that's coming up soon.
It is, Jen. This is our last week. It's the Nationwide Notary Future Study. So all U.S. notaries are welcome to participate. If you haven't already done so, I encourage you to do so. That's just 10 questions. And the information that we compile will be presented at this year summer's NAS conference. That's the National Association of Secretaries of State. Also, by participating, you're entered to win one of five $50 Amazon gift cards. I just put the link in the chat. So if you haven't done that, this week is the final week. It will close on the 31st.
Yeah, and there's only 10 questions. So
Yep.
it's real, and it's just your opinion about things, your thoughts about things. It's not like a quiz or something. But I love that you and Laura are taking this information to the National Association of Secretaries of State so they can hear this information directly from notaries. So if you have something to say, now's the time to say it.
Yes, it is.
Fill out that survey. And lastly, I don't know if you have noticed this or not yet, but the National Notary Association is hosting a post-conference follow-up session, three of them, in fact, called Elevate to Action Post-Conference Support. Now, the first one happens on Saturday, May 30th. It happens again on June 6th and June 13th each. Those are all Saturdays, each at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, or 1 p.m. Eastern. This is a free event, but it does require registration on Zoom, and that is in the chat for you guys to get signed up. I love how the NNA is leaning into follow up because it truly is what helps bridge the gap from what we learned to how to apply it into our everyday life. Laura's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Matt, are you coming?
I'm going to be there.
Awesome. So we will see everybody for the next few Saturdays in a row. I can't wait. All right. It is time for us to get to your questions. You can find that raised hand feature at the bottom of your screen. Do we happen to have anything in chat yet?
I haven't seen anything
I
yet.
haven't. Okay. Um, let's go then to our question form. Let me get that opened. Recently, we've had a ton of questions about being a new notary and how to position yourself in your particular market. This is from a brand new notary. It says, Laura, I'm just starting out and I'm wondering about all the ins and outs from training, preferably free, and
So let's get
various,
insurance check. Come on, y'all.
Got it.
thank you. Where was I? From training, preferably free, and various ways to earn an income as a notary, marketing, and any and all important helpful information. What do you
Well,
say
that's
to a
a
brand
big
new?
topic,
I know it is.
pretty much. So I would say, go for the low-hanging fruit first. What is easy might be general assignments. And how might you get them? Uh, you might get them by being visible. So there are different ways to make yourself visible. And one, of course, the best one, which is free, would be your business profile with Google. And it doesn't mean just, put your name on there and the name of your business and there you go. You really need to fill out every question they have, all the fields, and then post questions so that it's interactive, so that it looks like it's actually current and happening. Because people are still Googling, notary near me. So the other thing is when you're filling out things, make sure you're choosing phrases and words that might attract, they might use in their search. Now, that's one place you could put it. The other place is when you actually post a question. So you create content on there, because then there's now with AI going on, it's searching for helpful content, not just keywords. So you want to do more than just that. The other thing is that's not the only place that's free. You can have a free Yelp directory. I do get a lot of leads. I just have a free directory there, and I get a lot of leads from Yelp, and probably half of them turn into jobs. The other half, they're just not appropriate for me. And then one paid directory would be findanotary.com.
Yeah.
So those are some things for the visibility. The other thing is in-person visibility. And that means tell everybody you know who you are and that you're a notary. And that means, where do you do business? When I started, my manicurist, my hairdresser, where I buy my groceries, anywhere I spend my money, I want an opportunity for reciprocity. And if they have a bulletin board or they have a little card holder or anything like that, that I could leverage, I did that as well.
Yeah.
And that also includes the like neighbor. It's either next door neighbor or neighbor next door or just neighbor.com.
Yeah.
That you're the neighborhood notary, right? These are all things you can leverage for free. Also, think about what you wear, right? Do you have a uniform? Do you have a shirt that you could put either it's printed on it, or it's a badge that you wear that says Notary Public and your name or the name of your business if you have one. There are so many low, easy things to do to get that out there. So that's just, visibility. And, I would make a plan. I would write things down that say, okay, here's all the ways in person or online I can make myself visible to the public so they know I'm available. If you want to go into, well, like if you want to go into hospitals, you don't want to just go leave your business card at the front desk, because that's usually security now. They've gotten rid of the hospital people at the front desk. You got to check in through there. But what we want to do is find out who are the people, who are the case managers, social workers, so that you can reach out to them directly. So these are all visibility things. But besides visibility, there are other things you can do. A lot of, just like the webinar training we're doing on CNTDA, which is free, you can get bits and pieces of training free from many of the notary leaders out there. They're not going to give you everything for free, but they're going to get you the stuff that's starting for free, the easy things to do for free. So I would be attending those free webinars to see, can I pick up a nugget here, a nugget there, everywhere I can. The National Notary Association has a lot of free articles that are in their knowledge center as well. Many of us write blogs, and the blogs are going to give you some information. And depending on what you're looking for, if it's marketing specific, then look for blogs written by the people who have the marketing expertise. If you're looking for technical skill, then go to, gravitate to those people. So there are ways. It's takes a little more time. Takes more time and effort on your part to get to it, because now you got to do the searching. You've got to go find it, but you can get it done. And we're not really spending any money. It's really pretty easy in terms of getting that visibility that way. Next level is going to cost you. And same thing with applications. We download apps, we try out software. Well, they usually have a free version, right? Now, you're not going to get all the functionality, but you can start with it and you can play with it and you can try to utilize it. And after 30 days, if you're not making progress with that, get rid of it. Get rid of it after the trial. Don't keep it. All right, I'm doing a lot of talking. I want to think a little bit more
Well, I
about
definitely
what
want to
else.
get
So,
Matt.
Jen, what do you got? Because you're the marketer.
Well, I want to get Matt's perspective on this too, and then
Okay.
I'll chime in. This is really a big loaded question that we could devote a whole hour or more to this. But one of the things I did want to point out in the chat, one of our regular attendees, Justin, said that the book, your first book that
Oh,
you
yeah.
co-authored, Beyond Loan Signings, is a great book for notaries just entering the market so they can determine what kind of specialty they may want to
Okay.
dive into. And I did put that link in the chat for anyone who may not have that book yet. But Matt, what say you on a brand new notary coming into this space?
Yeah, I think that attending calls like this, Laura and I's Saturday Inner Circle call, which is also free, Monday night general mentorship from
Mentorship.
Notary Stars is also free. All those types of things are free and available to you. But also, I think that, oh, and then one other, my monthly roundtable, which is
Mhm.
all about new laws and how you can leverage them for new opportunities across the country, not just in California. So attending those types of things, I think, is very helpful. However, the one thing I will say is when you're starting out, it can be a little overwhelming because there are lots of different revenue streams that you can add under your notary umbrella. But take them one at a time. Don't feel like you have to, you know, jump into all of these different specialties all at once. Find out what works for you, get really good at that, and then move on to the next or add something else. Don't feel like you got to jump in all at once.
Yeah, it can
Jen?
be a fire hose of information when you first, hop onto the notary boards on social media and the free learning opportunities, and there's all kinds of things out there. The thing I really want to stress about the free opportunities is there, and I'm one of the people that does this with the CNTDA and different calls that we host. Those are usually leading you guys to something. So don't expect that you're going to get the very best version of that particular. If you find a trainer that you really, really love and that you really connect well with, don't expect that you're going to get everything that they have for free because their job is selling these programs to the notary community because they know they're good. I still get a lot of people that are upset with me sometimes that um, we just don't give everything away for free. And these programs are people charge for them because they're good and they do teach you something. And these are, I mean, we have some incredible trainers in this space. We really do. Um, but if you're always getting the free stuff and you're never investing in something with more depth, something that's going to help you round out your business or really deep dive into a specialty, don't expect to get the best of the best. And I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not ticking anybody off saying that. Um, but it's a real thing. I mean, I know I've been disappointed when I first started by different programs. Weren't you guys at some point?
Oh, sure.
Or so,
Yeah.
but you know what, Jen? Another thing I'd like you to, address, I think, as we're building our business and building our full business, you say in your book, and I've heard you say other places, it's not going to happen overnight. You're looking at, 12 to 18 month window. However, people can't wait 12 to 18 months to earn something, right? And so it's not that you're not going to earn anything
Yeah. Yeah.
for 12 or 18 months, is that that's going to be the
Right. It
full on
takes
business.
takes 12 to 18 months to build a solid referral business. That doesn't mean you're not going to make any money in 12 to 18 months. What it means is when you apply a marketing framework like the 5 point marketing system, and you take those steps every day, every week, every month, and really focus on your marketing for 12 to 18 months, you will see a significant difference in your revenue going up than if you weren't to getting out there and building relationships. Despite Ron and those things, we are still a person to person business. And it really does take, I joke all the time, I have a terrible business model because the first thing I tell people when they come into the community is this doesn't happen overnight. This is not get rich quick. You got to work your, what off for the next 12 to 18 months. But once you do, you'll have a great referral business and then you can kind of back off and let these referrals start rolling in and not have to focus so diligently on marketing, so heavily on marketing. But I'm glad you
No,
brought that up, Laura, because that is so true. This is not a get rich overnight kind of business.
yeah, it's not, but it's also not waiting 12 months to earn money
No,
either. So I don't
no,
want people to be scared off by that. And another great free source are your fellow notaries. Your
yeah.
fellow notaries. I cannot tell you how much work I give away to my colleagues in my area because I can't be everywhere all at the same time. And I do many other things besides notarizing documents. So I have a trusted list of notaries that I work with in my area that I give out assignments to. I'm not a signing service, so don't call me if you're in other places. I'm not a signing service. But my excess work, I do share with other colleagues. And so if you don't know who your colleagues are in your area, start finding out. Go to a
Yeah.
directory, go to find a notary, and look up your zip code or your city and see who they are and start making phone calls
That
and
is,
start checking out. I'd love to network with you. I don't mean that somebody comes to take somebody else's clients. What I am saying is you can share the load. What I am saying is you can talk about what's working, what's not working regarding your own marketing plan. You can talk about opportunities that you uncovered accidentally. There are a lot of really valuable things besides clients that you will get from building a tight community of, say, 3 to 5 notaries in your area. I have about 5 that are my go-to that surround me in the Central Valley. Now I have other ones. Sometimes I send stuff to Matt. It isn't very often that I get San Francisco, but when I do, he's my go-to guy. So that's the other thing is uh, being uh, connected in the space with other notaries can end up leading you to work as well.
yeah, I think most notaries, I did come in with the idea that other notaries are my competition, not potential referral partners. And I'll tell you what, I love seeing everybody's shaking their head no to that. It's a very common thing to think in the beginning, though. But once you get rid of that thought and you start embracing relationships with other notaries in your town, in your area, and you guys, start building trust between you, it is a huge game changer because it allows you to serve people, customers when you're already booked. I would say that and Google Business Profile are the two number one things I would want brand new notaries to know. Never look at other notaries as your competition. They are not at all. Well, let's get to some questions in our audience. Rochelle in Washington has something. Hey, Rochelle.
I actually don't have a question. I have more of a reply to what's going on
Okay.
in the conversation. Um, when I was a brand new notary, and I found you guys really helped me, as you all well know. You introduced me to the NNA conference, which was a complete amazing eye opener for me.
Hmm.
And I mean, the marketing aspect that you have taught me has been out of this world. And
And
it
you
is,
are someone following the 5 point marketing system, and it is working. You have found your niche with that.
oh my gosh, I can't go to these meetings half the time because I am so busy. I mean, I'm looking at my notary assist at my dashboard. I mean, 58 signings last month, 49 signings this month, and it's not even over with yet. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm booked every single day, 6 to 8 signings. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I have a new laptop. Don't know how to use it. So I can't turn my video camera on. It won't work.
You'll
That
figure it
died
out.
last week. I can't get my dual printer trays to work. in Adobe. So if we have any computer gurus out there and want to reach out to me, please do,
There
because
you go. Love
I
it.
have an hour and a half wait to talk to brother printers to
Oof.
try and get my printer to
Oof.
talk to my new laptop.
Well, yeah, if anybody out there knows how to manipulate that, throw that in the chat for Rochelle. Thanks for bringing that here. That's a great thing to bring to TNT call because there probably is somebody
I
on
mean,
here that can help you.
I thought I had everything all set up and it's not working. I thought I had Adobe all set up, had all my drivers
That's the
downloaded.
worst part about new technology, right? Is
Oh,
going through the pains of figuring it out. And I do want to I need to take a timeout really quick here. Laura, I'm looking outside my window and it's very dark. I just made you host in
Okay,
case
just in case.
just in case. Yeah. Diana, you should be able to tell me. Is it storming where you are? Oh, you're in Alabama, aren't you? You're on mute. She's just west of me, which is why I
It's
asked.
coming here. We my yard is a swimming pool.
Oh my gosh, yes, I know. I'm like another storm. Great. Hey Diana, how are you? Diana's
Oh,
in Texas,
I'm doing
some of the
great.
time.
I want to add on to the newbie and Rochelle. If you like, my husband will be back. He went up to Athens, Georgia, and he's gonna be driving in some of this stuff. But sometimes David can talk you through screens, and I would recommend if there's a Best Buy or what's it the the Geek Squad. They sometimes they
Hmm.
will talk to you for free online
Oh,
as well if you can't get through to brother. And way back when, I knew Carol Ray as well as so did Laura and a few others on this call. Um, the one thing that I would say is like there are sites like the Notary Cafe and oh, Jeremy. I don't see Jeremy much, but I know why. I
I
think
don't think 123 Notary is in existence anymore,
Um,
is it?
has it gone
yeah, it's
down all the
gone.
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or but there are sites that have blogs, and if you go into the topics, one of the things that I don't see a lot is the business side, how to plan and how to strategize, how to like set your hours, like don't overbook, don't do this. But you will find that if you're consistent and you space out your signings, and if you keep repeating with your clients, it'll start to increase each month. So like I thought it was just a big whoop-de-doo when I had my first two or three, and then it increased the next month, and I went, "Oh, I'm making money!" And when I took my paperwork to my accountant, she sold David and said, "This is very lucrative." I mean, I got him to buy me a dual tray because he kept telling me, "Oh, you're just having fun," you know. And I'm like, "Oh no, I enjoy what I'm doing," you know, kind of thing. And so just know that it builds each month, maybe
Mhm.
every 8 weeks. And the more consistent you are, and the more accurate, the more accountable you are. And as you present yourself professionally and you build those relationships, that's going to increase your workload also. So just know that yes, it takes time. It does not happen overnight, but it will build. So I don't want you to be discouraged.
No, but I think that's a great point. And I think the thing to remember is we get all excited by some of the positioning, some of the advertising in the notary space that we see on social media. And we have this idea that it's going to happen overnight. And because we get so excited about it. And that's just not reality. And that's not just the notary business. That's if you're, anything that you're selling, whether it's insurance or wealth, if you're a financial planner or if you're selling shoes or, whatever it is, it doesn't happen overnight. In this viral world we live in, it can get hard to swallow that. But thank you for that perspective, Diana. I appreciate it. Michelle is also here in Texas. Hey, Michelle.
Hello. I'm so glad you guys are back and heard all the good news, and you guys shared some, and it was just wonderful to see Laura so elevated throughout
Oh,
the
it's
whole
great. It
event
was great.
and continue to be. I for as long as I've been a notary, I really haven't been working this. Maybe it didn't start to pick up for me maybe till February, January, February, and that was right before I was to be recommissioned. And I took a heavy look at whether or not I was going to continue doing this. And the signs were that I were. And it does require digging in a little bit more than maybe what I have been because I've always had this, um, the money that, the bills were greater than what I saw for income. So I was always scrambling. But as I've been focusing up and getting into some appointments, and I've been coming across some things I think you have covered, but just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a litmus test at the same time where I'm accepting. I've got a website working and I'm working going direct on my own through somebody helping me with that. But in the meanwhile, I'm still taking jobs through services and things like that. And these things that come across and you do your confirmation, you get something assigned to you, get a confirmation, and it's very vague in the beginning how many pages it is, what document it really is, how many signers, signatures, stamps, all that. And even I think I'm still learning, how to vet that out properly so that I'm not showing up at a signing and being quite professional and my best customer service, but also leaving feeling taken advantage of and wanting to be able to um, have better conversations. I'm getting repeat business from some of these services and other, people who I'm starting to see that, which I love, which is an affirmation, but I don't want to be stuck there. I want to be able to elevate appropriately. And I just wondered if you had any thoughts or feedback or.
I do. Uh, but Laura, do you have something that you want to offer first or?
Well, I guess there's a couple things. One is, yeah, some of these confirmations, because guys, I still do that work once in a while. Um, I will respond to it and say, I need to know this, that, and the other thing. I'm not afraid to do that and find out more because they do boilerplate kinds of information and it's not helpful in me determining if the job is going to be right for me. So I think that's the first thing is that I'm not afraid to just ask more questions on it. The other thing is uh, the more experience you get, either with particular signing services, particular lenders, particular packages, types of packages, meaning purchase versus seller, VA versus a regular one, a reverse mortgage, right? We hear those words and we know, okay, some of those are big, some of those are a lot smaller. Now, there's going to be ranges within there, but the more experience you develop with those, then even the vagueness isn't going to be too bad because you already have an idea. I know if I take on a reverse mortgage, this isn't a 30-minute appointment, right? I know that. They don't even have to tell me anything yet. I know when I'm handling a regular, refi package that I'm probably going to have anywhere from 5 to 10 notarizations sitting in there. They don't have to tell me anything. I just know that. Now, I hope it's 5 and not 10, but I know it could be there because I've done enough of them to see the variation on it. So when you're newer, that is a difficult task because you just don't have the experience of a whole bunch of packages to say, you know what, I know this is like this, and I know this usually takes me an hour, and I know this usually, the only thing that we're going to have experience with that we really know is, well, it takes me this long to get there, right? Because we probably know how to calculate that part of it. But the work at the table can be hard, and you know what? I can't train that. I mean, I can give you some basic ideas, but it takes experience. You don't, you can't get 22 years of experience and then bottle it like that. And so I feel for you, Michelle, and for everybody else who might not have all those years of experience to be able to say, with this amount of information, I kind of know what that is, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. And then sometimes you're like, right on. Sometimes you underestimate it, right? There's been jobs that I've taken and I thought, okay, I know what this is. And then I got into it and it's like, oh, not what I was expecting. And so what I take from that, I don't think, oh, I'm going to call them and renegotiate. I say, you know what? This is what I said I do it for. Let me see how efficient I can be. And, just demonstrate the professional that I am. And then I just move on. That's just how it is. So that's the part of what you were saying that I wanted to address. Jen?
Okay.
So, Michelle, I think you're at a point where you're ready to make a decision that, you've kind of realized that the old advice we used to get, which was sign up for 100 signing services and you'll have all the business you can handle, that doesn't apply anymore, does it? It's really, I'm not even sure, are there 100 signing services out there anymore? I'm not quite sure that focus on just, notary work. But if you are ready to move past that and start working direct with your clients, whether that's at a medical facility, a title office, an estate planning attorney, whatever it is, or all of the above, you have to make the decision and really make the decision that you are going to get out there and you are going to introduce your business, your brand, which is you and your face, to people in your community.
Mhm.
And it's a really tough decision to make for a lot of people, especially introverts who, would rather crawl into a paper bag than worry about getting out and meeting new people, right? But I do know a little something about you. You're a bit of a performer, aren't you?
Sure.
You're in a choir, is that right?
I'm in a group ensemble.
And then group
Rarely do I,
ensemble.
if ever, solo, but
Okay.
carry a bit of a tune when I'm not too self-conscious.
But you've had those moments of being on stage before and having to work through your fear, right?
Sure. And I've been
Yeah.
a speaker as well from time to
Yeah.
time through other
And how to
things I've done.
manage your fear. And
Sure.
honestly, those are the conversations you need to start having with yourself about getting out and marketing. You don't need a fancy gift bag if you don't want to make one. You just need your business cards and a smile and a sincere willingness to introduce your business to a business that you really think you can help, right? And people want to hear how you can help them. They don't necessarily want to hear how they can help you. They want to hear how you can help them. And
Sure.
if you go in with that intention and you make yourself get out and build those relationships, your entire business will change. Also, I'm so glad you decided to stick with it because I really don't, with the notary, in the notary world, because I really don't think that people give it a fair shot if all they do is expect signing services to bring them work. Please hear me very clearly. There's nothing wrong with signing services. There's nothing wrong with loan work. However, it is nowhere near as lucrative as it used to be. And I want you guys to think about this. There are notaries out there. We've all gotten them. I still get them. They offer you jobs for what, $30, Michelle, is, third like for a loan closing, which is
40,
ridiculous.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're not valuing their time. Guys, as long as folks are accepting those jobs, they're not going to increase those prices. If you're waiting around for signing services to start increasing their prices, you're going to be waiting a very long time. That is not how economics works. They've gotten us as a group to buy into this $50 and less signing fee, and there's people accepting it, and that's the way it's going to stay. So if you really want to make some more money, you got to get out there and build your brand. Go to your chamber of commerce meetings. Go pop into different offices. ask your friends who they use and to create introductions for you for real estate, title, estate planning, medical facilities, all the things. Look at your own list of people that you know in your area and who do they know that they can introduce you to. And know that just because you go out one time and you meet these people does not mean that you're going to instantly get the business. Your job is not to go out and instantly get the business. Your job is to create an introduction and then do the heavy relationship building via email when you get home.
And Jen, I want to add two things to that. One is, here's what I love about our business as notaries. We're not selling telephone service. We're not selling shoes. We're not selling stuff. We're actually providing a service that they're going to need,
Yeah.
right? I just love that we're not selling stuff to people that wouldn't otherwise think I wouldn't need to buy that. Everybody at some point in time is going to need this service. And so I'm just offering the opportunity to know where to find the service when that time comes for them. And the other thing is, particularly for those who are starting out, a lot of us have had to do a W-2 part-time while we're building our business, right? I've done that. Some people are doing rideshare, right? While they're trying to build their business. In those first months, it's really too much pressure on your business to expect that it's going to support you financially. Sometimes you're going to have to do something alongside of it to give it a chance to get going. And then you can drop it if you don't need it anymore. Some people I talk to is that like your 9 to 5 is you make a living, and your 5 to 9, you make your fortune. Right. So, and little by little, you get rid of it so that you're just making your fortune. But there's nothing wrong with having something on the side that it has some consistent income, whatever that is, while you're building your business.
Yeah, I agree with that fully. How does all that sound, Michelle?
There's a lot of good stuff in there for sure. I have being here where I am, and I think you're familiar with that, and I have begun to feel like I'm a go-to. I've started creating some things that I am central and local enough that I can be right there as a first ask.
Good.
I have been making my connections with people, and I've had a few places where, and it's been my own resistance to put my face out there, I admit. So there's that. And as far as W-2 type stuff, I have actually, in that process back in January, February, Marchish, I was beginning to look for a job, and I hadn't put a resume together in, I think, over 10 years. And I definitely was overwhelmed with that process too. So, caught between a rock and a hard spot, but making things. And I have been a grinder along the way. So, the ride share kind of stuff that has been part of, but under my MN services, as I call myself, there has been a lot of field inspection work, a lot of that. And I've done some mystery shopping along the way too. So I still kind of juggle all of that. But wanting to dig in such a way where again I can feel like I'm focused in the right direction. I guess my biggest self-reflection or bit of a burn is that I still see where notary trust that we do that we is so relevant but undervalued, and how much um, education still needs to go on, and how that's still upon us as the notary to bring that to the table. And
Michelle, I just want to say, I just want to point out, I agree with you that notaries are undervalued, extremely undervalued, particularly in the loan space, in the real estate space, unfortunately. Um, that is not the case in the estate planning space. Um, do you have the book On the Move?
I don't know that I do.
Do you have my book with the 5-point marketing system in it?
I have chapters of it, and if it's been on, yes, I probably do.
Okay.
On the move. Yes, I do. It's
It was on that Kindle sale that we
yep, I
did.
have
We're
it.
doing another one coming up, I think in July, right, Laura?
Yeah.
I am, you're not. You'll be gone, right? But that is going to read that book. It's going to give you a full idea of what a full marketing plan looks like. Marketing is not one thing, it's one word that incorporates a lot of different things, including in-person introductions, email follow-ups, monthly touch points, networking, and social media. All of those work together. It's a big job. And Michelle, if it was easy, everybody would do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the easiest thing in the world because it's not. But you know how to get up and perform. So tell yourself it's a
I'm all
performance.
in.
Yeah.
My announcement is I don't care about that. It took me a while to get the recommission. That was a major delay because of our changes here. So that created a bit of a big hurdle. So if I got through that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right. And you know, yeah, my next steps is to
Keep
walk
and
out there.
keep coming back.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
coming back to the
I
call
appreciate you guys very
every
much.
Tuesday. And, this is free coaching. Use us exactly for that. We're happy to help guide you through it. When you are uncomfortable, this is life advice. This is not just notary learning advice, but when you are uncomfortable and you feel awkward and you feel weird and you're just not sure and all of those, somebody's telling me I need to get out there and meet these people and go networking. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going to do it, but I don't like it. You're growing. You don't grow comfortably. You grow uncomfortably. So learn to embrace those uncomfortable moments as proof that you are making a difference, you're growing, and you're learning something new. That's how I look at it when I'm really uncomfortable in a situation. I'm just telling myself I'm growing, I'm learning something, and it helps.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
keep coming back and keeping us up to date on your journey. I'm glad you're re-engaging with your business. Diana, did you have something you wanted to add?
Think that what we forget is we are our own boss. And if we take a step back, and it's like going to school. I don't care if it's high school, junior high, or college or whatever. When you're running your business, like one of the things I have, and I see on a lot of these calls, everybody has those big, whiteboards or calendars. If you set yourself a schedule and you say from like 9 to 10 emails, 10 to 11 bookkeeping. If you set your schedule, like each day a task or certain hours a certain task, that will help you. And all of a sudden you can say, oh, I got that done, I got that done. And you'll start seeing yourself progressing. It'll be less stressful, but it's stepping stones. So start with a goal and say, these are the 2 or 3 things I need to do today, and just tick it off, and then do the next day, and it will start building, and that might put it more under control.
Yeah, I think that's good
100%
advice.
what Diana just said. Put
Yeah,
it on the calendar because
yeah,
otherwise you're not going to do it.
yeah. Yeah, that's really good advice. I do that myself. Put it on the calendar. Okay, guys, what other questions do we have today? You guys are bringing some really good stuff in on this TNT today. Joanne in Washington. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am good, thank you. I am getting ready for this hospital signing, and I am looking through this great reference of the Compassion Notary.
That's
Um,
awesome. You have it.
yeah, because a family member, which is going to be the agent, um, that's going to be assigned to his brother, a POA healthcare. Um, he did confirm that he said, well, because I asked about, well, is he in, under any meds that he may not seem alert? And he said, well, every time I go there, he seems to be under something. So, yeah, and so he gave me the phone number to a person on that floor, and so I guess I'm just like wondering, do I go ahead and proceed with that information he gave, or I guess I should call to confirm um, what meds, at all, if it's low meds that he is on, the signer. Is that something to still proceed to go there anyway?
Laura?
Well, I'm just having a hard time quite hearing everything that you said, but
Mm-mm.
it sounds like you asked one question, which is he alert and aware? But the answer you got was that he's taking meds. Is that?
No, I asked the brother who was the one that
Yeah.
had called. I said, is because it being in the hospital, I asked if he is in any under any meds that he may not seem to be alert and aware, at least at the time that they scheduled.
Yes.
And the brother said, well, it seems like when I go there, he seems to be under something. So I said, okay.
So I guess the thing is, I don't really care what meds they're taking. That's really not my business. My business is, are they alert and aware? Are they oriented? And I would check with the whoever the nurse is in charge at the station there. Not what meds are they taking, but rather this person is going to sign a legal document. And it's important that they're alert and aware enough to understand what they're signing. Is there going to be an issue with that?
Okay.
That's really how I would pose it. Whatever the diagnosis is, whatever the medications are, really aren't going to be my concern. My concern is how are they going to interact with me? And I would allow a professional. If you don't want to go and see yourself and you want to do that first, then make the call first. If you don't make the call, then you have to make a decision based on how they're interacting with you at the moment that you are there.
Okay.
Of course, you can always suggest that the appointment be made the furthest away from any medication that might impact their ability to understand what's going on. I still don't need to know what it is,
I don't
but
think you can ask what it
justify
is,
me,
can you?
huh?
No, I'm not asking. I asked him specifically, is he going to be under any meds
Oh, got
that
it.
will make him seem not alert?
But it might not even be meds. It might be some other reason that he's not going to be alert and aware. And certainly you have a resource since he's in a hospital setting. You have the ability to do an orientation yourself when you're there. So it's just a matter of, do you want to get some more information from a resource there? They might not talk to you on the phone. You might have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if what you're really asking is there a way for me not to go? Is there a way for me to find out before I get there? Sometimes there's not. Sometimes you just have to show up and you tell the person, look, if I show up and he's not alert and aware enough for me, you're still going to pay me my travel time. So you want to be sure. And that's the bulk of the cost of the appointment. Right? It's not the $10. It's the higher charge you have for a facility.
Yeah.
So did you have that in your conversation with your signer? Hey, you know what? I can figure this out when I get there. But if I get there and he's not, here's what's going to happen. It's not going to move forward and you're still going to pay me. So they might want to have a conversation with the nurse themselves to find out. But there are things that can be done so that you're not wasting your time.
And also, when you are asking questions about someone who's in a hospital or facility, don't forget to ask not only are they aware and willing, but can they sign their name?
Can they sign their
And
name?
you know if you're going to need kind of signature by mark witnesses.
I did ask the
Good.
brother that, can they sign
Great.
unassisted? He said yes.
Yeah.
So I think the concern is, his state of mind. Right. Okay, thank you.
And when people, just kind of joke around a little bit, well, he's always under something. That's when I get serious with them. And I say, look, this is a legal document. What I do is ensuring that they were willing and that they were aware enough to be signing this document. I take my work seriously. I need to know that this is what I'm going to walk into. And if you think it's not, know that I won't proceed and you'll still pay me, because they get serious then when they
Mhm.
realize they're going to spend the money,
Yeah.
even if you don't give the service.
Yeah.
They get serious when it's about their dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many
All right.
talks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good
Laura,
question.
your new best friend was missing you. I think he
I
heard
know I
you.
see him.
This is
Hi,
Moochie.
Ricky.
Yeah,
I
Ricky.
don't have my ball.
I know. Ugh, he's put it down
No
finally.
ball.
He's been with us. This is my grandpuppy, you guys. He's been with us for a week. I'm so ready for his mom to get him tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh, Laura will attest, he's a lot of puppy. Okay. He's not even a puppy, he's 6. He's still a lot. Anybody else have any questions for us before we wrap up today?
Roderick has a question.
Hello, sir. Mr. Hall, what can we do for you?
She raised a good question, and that is the practice around actually having been paid before going to do the service, right? Because I have been on the end of going to do a signing, and the wife wasn't there. And I was honest with him and said, I asked you to have your wife here. I told you you needed your driver's license. I went through all of that. Your wife is not here. I'm going to do the signing, but it's going to be a fee for me to come back to do it again. And the guy said, well, I'm not going to pay you at all. Don't do it, but I'm not going to pay you at all. So I lost my travel fee. And now my approach is I want to be paid before I go. And if I don't do the signing, I give you for signing the document, I'll give you that back. But the travel fee and the that part, I want to maintain. And so I guess the question I'm asking is, the practice around charging before you go. I mean, I'll send an invoice or whatever the case may be, and if they don't pay the invoice, then I'm not going. But I guess, am I out of touch in doing that, or is that not the common practice, or what? I guess is what
I think there are plenty of notaries, Rick, that charge at the time of appointment as part of the confirmation process. I believe Matt does that. There's others who do that, and they don't wait to get paid at the table. Now, I don't have that practice. I wait till I'm there, but I tell them what's going to happen so there's no surprise. Now, over the course of the years, there are some times I made a decision not to charge them because it was something out of their control. Sometimes I have to make a business decision about that. But when I haven't and said, okay, it's still going to cost you whatever it is, I've never had somebody say, I'm not going to pay you. So even if I've had over 22 years, that happened once in a while, I'm not so worried about it. But there's nothing wrong with having your booking system take money before you get there, either a deposit or the whole amount.
I know plenty of notaries that do that.
Yeah,
They charge a
very
trip
common.
fee, and then at the appointment, they'll charge the rest of the fee for their actual services.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I don't think,
Not unprecedented at all.
yeah.
and certainly when you have out-of-pocket expenses, like if you're doing apostilles or whatever, and you got to pay courier services or whatever, at a minimum, I'm certainly going to ask for that. I don't want to come out of my pocket for your courier fee, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think it's like Laura said, it's a business decision. If you have not worked with the person before, then maybe you charge them your trip fee and then settle up the rest when you get there. If it's a repeat client or a business, I think you can confidently invoice them after the fact because you can always go after them, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. That was a great question, though. Thank you for bringing that up. Very quickly, Abigail, we have a minute left. So what is your question for us today? You're on mute. I can't hear you. There
I
you
know,
go.
I saw that. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, you got
I
it.
have multiple CNTDA questions, and it might take more than a minute, so I don't know. Maybe
Well, you
this.
know what's really cool about being a CNTDA, Abigail, is you can get in that community and ask your questions or send Laura and I a direct message, and we will be happy to answer those for you. Is
Okay.
there something pressing we can help you with?
No, it's just
Business
it's stuff
building.
that's coming up as I'm studying.
Okay.
It's general.
Okay.
The
Feel
school
free.
platform is great for that.
Yeah, the school platform's awesome for that. Feel free to put it in the community. Laura and I are in there every day answering questions. That's exactly what it's for. You get direct access to us anytime. You don't have to wait for that Monday morning Ask Me Anything call or this call or any of the other ones. You can just message us directly and we'll
And
be
our phone
happy to
numbers are
answer.
in there for texting if
Mhm.
you need something.
Yeah.
Tell them. But yeah, reach out. I know
And
we have a call scheduled, Abigail, and and actually now, yeah, it's backing up on top of my webinar call. So I look to see that I texted you back or emailed you to ask if we could move it,
Oh, okay. I'll
move it
check on
up,
that.
move it
I
back.
don't.
So
I'll look. I don't know.
yeah,
Where did you
take a look.
send
I
it? Where did
emailed so
I don't
that
have an email. Where did you contact me?
whatever is the email you used when you booked an appointment with me on
Mm,
Calendly.
okay. All right. I'll look at it. Yep.
Okay.
thanks, Abigail. And feel free to bring your questions every week here too. We're happy to answer them. Guys, we have come to the end of another Tuesday Notary Titans. And as I do every week, I'm going to put Laura on the spot to close us out. Laura?
Well, here's what I want to tell you guys. You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So take those
Love
tools and
to.
use
Love
them.
it. Love it. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
You guys.
Jen, did you need me to end the meeting for all?
No, I got it.
You
Yeah.
got it?
Is that popping up on your end?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and click that and then I'll leave.
Okay. Thank
Thank you.